check out these super sexy Dragon Eye dice that I got sent from onlycrits.com. If you want some dice like these, click the link below in the description or go to onlycrits.com/lostlore for a 10% discount. Use Lost Lore at checkout. It's nothing personal. It's just business. And good lord, haven't the Wizards of the Coast shown that they are, in fact, agents of the Nine Hells? I don't care if you can hear the fan in the background, by the way, because it's bloody warm in here. You're lucky I put a shirt on. Elric's shirt, by the way, because we're talking about evil lords of all things today, so I figured that would be appropriate. Look, Wizards has decided that Dungeons and Dragons is going to be franchised, which is mind-boggling to me, because I think the last in-house thing that they did, franchising outwise, was the Dungeons and Dragons Dark Alliance, which featured my favorite fantasy character, Drizzt, and the Companions of the Hall in an utterly awful hack-and-slash combo-making video game, which didn't make any sense. I am astounded that they think this is a good idea. No, I'm not. I'm not astounded at all, because what's going to happen is the same thing that's happened with everything else they have done lately that is new and fresh. It's going to turn to S. And the reason it's going to do that is because they don't have any creative power behind the studio anymore. I'm sure there are some incredibly creative minds over at Wizards of the Coast, but now they've got rid of Christopher Perkins and the like. How on earth do they expect these sorts of things to work? They're going to give it to other people and start throwing things at the wall and hope it sticks. Dungeons and Dragons is going to become a lifestyle brand, as they've been warning us for years. It's under-monetized. They had the Microsoft CEO wanting it to be more monetized online. That failed because they couldn't create a TTRPG virtual tabletop to go with their new 5.5 system. They tried to do video games. They gave one to Larian. That was a great idea because Larian actually knows what it's doing. And they gave the other to some motorbiking video game studio that made 2D flash style games in Dark Alliance. I can't even remember the last time they brought out a source book, a rule book that I was excited for. I think the last one that I was excited for and then immensely disappointed by was Fizban's Treasury of Dragons. I think that was the last one that I actually got. Wizards, I am your customer. Yes, Cat. Wow. I am your customer. I bought all the things as they released for 5th edition. For my group. I was the paying guy. And you have turned around and just destroyed the hobby. Completely and utterly. What on earth are you doing? This is a rant. In case you hadn't guessed, I am insanely just boom. I don't understand what they're doing. It is the easiest thing in the bloody world. Hasbro, you're a toy company. Just make some cheap Dungeons and Dragons minis. It's so easy. How are you not making money with Dungeons and Dragons? It is the pinnacle of the TTRPG genre because it is the name that everyone knows TTRPGs by. I think for a while there, Wizards was the only people making money for their parent company, Hasbro. Apparently, that's just not enough for these greedy lords of hell anymore because they have to franchise it out to make more dollars. They don't just want $40, $50, $60 for a source book every few months. Oh, no. They want to make sure they are milking you for every single penny you have got, sir. Wow, I'm getting too fired up about this. It's amazing what happens when soulless suits start getting their fingers into the hobby and into creativity like this. You get bland, grey, fantasy goop where everyone is the same, where elves are just humans with pointy ears stapled to the sides of their heads, and orcs are just humans that are a little bit more muscular, green, and with some fake Halloween-style teeth. Where is the substance, Watsy? Where is the substance? You have an Appendix N that goes back 50 years. 50 years of stuff you could... 50 years of stuff that you can draw from. 50 years of just an amazing tradition. And going back through that into the fantasy genre, a century. Into mythology, into the mists of time. You have so much stuff you could use. How are you failing? I know. I know, Kitty. She's wowing at me. It's so warm. I'm so melty. I don't see this ending well. I see it ending well for the pocketbooks of some CEOs as they golden parachute themselves out of the burning plane that is Wizards of the Coast. But I don't see it ending well for the hobby. Oh boy. Bit of a turnaround though, really, isn't it? Because you've gone from having this company that is doing the OGL crisis and trying to get its claws into all the third-party content, which is the only stuff that's bloody successful. And now they're saying, oh yeah, franchising. To my mind, and I did business studies, to my mind, franchising is when you go and you say to a person, look, I want to take your brand and I want to make money out of it. So now they're saying, yes, make money out of our brand and give us a cut. Whereas before, they were really protective of it. Too protective. It's one extreme to the other. Watsy, what are you doing? You fired your great minds with Christopher Perkins and Mike Pearls and all the rest of it. And then you do this. Oh, this is what happens when business-minded individuals come before creative-minded individuals. Money men are great, right up until they start getting things a little too money-oriented. By the way, purchase some dice for me, because I'm an independent creator. I'm not a money man. I'm a creative guy. I talk about the things that I like and the things that frustrate me. This is not going to end well. But after all, it's only business. Like and subscribe.